Okay. Society 97 virtual show.
Hell yeah. We didn't think it'd be like this the first time. Just you and I. We thought it'd be like a guest or something.
I know.
But
I feel fucking weird. I feel like
this is weird. But I kind of like it. It's kind of cool at the same time. Like, low-key, I'm kind of like, are we back in, like, COVID days where, like, we just can't see each other? That's what it feels like.
That's literally what it feels like. And also, like, I didn't bring my AirPods, so I have, like, these noise-canceling headphones. So I can't really hear myself at all.
Gamer Emily out here just...
I know. So I feel like I'm talking so loud right now.
No, I
definitely like you have like a Cody setup, but I feel like I have like a Noelle setup where there's like just a weird.
I mean, like, truthfully, that would just be proper for us because like I feel like I would be the Cody to your Noelle.
Definitely, I'm the dark humor, scary one.
Yes, yes. Like, and then I'm just like da, 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 always.
I'm gonna say it. Have sex with a Scorpio.
I could glute bridge your dad. I'm naked, hold on!
We will be flicking the beans to that.
But she's tatted and I take meth. Is somebody in your house right now?
But you know what? Fuck your ass.
Yeah, I had sex last night.
You can make your own money. You can literally have your own job of your dreams. You can own your own house. You can own your own car. You can pay all your fucking own bills. So what is that man? That man is sex and a best friend and that's it.
I heard nothing but the truth.
No, I love this. Well, what is up, everybody? So it's just a little weird and it's a little different, and that's why we're like, what's the vibe right now? Because, well, your girl got tonsillitis last week. I've been
how are you feeling? You sound good.
I feel like I sound a lot better, but my mouth is still kind of swollen. So it's I'm not like 100%, but I definitely feel a lot better. The amoxicillin is kicking in, baby. She's pumping. I should show you guys the pills.
They're giant.
875 milligrams. That bitch is thick. That's a thick boy.
I've probably had tonsillitis more times than the average human being. I don't know why. Every single time I get sick, that's what it is. And those pills are no fucking joke, especially when your throat is like swollen already. And then you have to take this, like, it's like that episode of SpongeBob where Pearl's like, don't forget your pill, Dad. And he's like, ugh. And it's literally like this ginormous
massive
pill.
That's how I feel. I was like, this is the size of Texas, and I'm unsure how I'm going to take this. Yeah, because, like, my mouth was also so swollen. Like, on my left side, I honestly didn't think that my mouth could be that swollen. Like, I opened my mouth the one day, and I was like, oh, you need to see a doctor.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't right.
Well, I knew something was up when I hadn't heard from you in like 10 hours straight. And I was like, she's either dead or just like deathly sick. I don't know which one, but
no, I literally,
something's
like,
up.
No, so Wednesday I like woke up and like, I mean, my like tonsils like hurt a little bit, like kind of like scratchy throat. But it wasn't anything concerning, right? And I was like, I'm going to live my life. So I work Wednesday, I do my thing. And then I go to the gym and I was like, I don't want to be here. I was like, I need to go. And like, we were doing squats and I literally did 3 squats and I said, I'm good.
I'm head out.
I was like, I actually don't want to do this anymore. So I like sat on the bike and just like biked till everyone was done squatting. And then I did a finisher and I was like, I gotta go. And normally like me and my friends, like we stand there and talk for like 20 minutes like after. Like we'll stretch and like hang out a little bit. I just dipped. I was like, I gotta go. I came home, I showered, didn't even care to eat. I went right to bed. I was asleep by 7:30 on Wednesday night and didn't wake up until 8 o'clock the next morning.
And
you
were out.
Yeah, I was out. And then I woke up, I texted my boss and I said, hey, I ain't working. Because I also had a fever. Because at this time, like throughout the night, like I got a fever. And then I slept all day Thursday. Like I could not keep my eyes open. It was so bad. And then, Friday I went to the doctor. She said, well, you're negative for strep and you're negative for COVID. Looks like you got tonsillitis. And I said, fuck yeah,
She said,
baby.
but those tonsils are popping.
They were so bad. So, but thankfully, like, I guess she said, like, they caught it really early, so, like, we could just take meds. So, here we are, 10 days of meds, baby. Thank God I have a wedding this weekend. I shouldn't drink, but am I gonna? Probably.
Bro, There's one thing that I learned in drinking on antibiotics is the worst thing. That was when I threw up in that Uber, bro. That was because I had fucking
No.
tonsillitis
No.
and I was on antibiotics. Yes. And I threw up my like red sauce lasagna like all over that Uber because I had like 3
Fuck.
glasses of wine. So just
Good luck.
yeah, watch out.
No, shit. I was like, this. I feel like this always happens. Like, I feel like someone always gets like this sick or whatever, and then like needs antibiotics before like a moment like this where it's like,
Yeah. You kind of have to drink at a wedding. I feel
I
like if you don't
know.
drink at a wedding, it's like it's awkward and not fun.
and like when you're in the bridal party, like, and you're the
Oh.
fun one.
Yeah. You got to
I'm-
carry.
I'm the one who's bringing the party. I'm bringing the life out here. I'm bringing mimosas in the morning, bitch. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean I can't drink?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you're just going to have to push through. And if you throw up in an Uber,
I throw up in an Uber.
yeah, you just got to do what you got to do. Take one for the team.
No, but yeah, so anyway, that is why we are here. This was not planned this way. We actually originally planned to pre-record something before the week so that we would have content because Emily is in Arkansas, I am in Tennessee,
Woo-hoo.
and I will be going to Pennsylvania soon, so we weren't going to see each other. And
Yeah.
But then I was like, bitch can't talk, so here we go.
I mean, if there's one thing that we've learned during COVID, it's to adapt. So I feel like if anything, we were very prepared for this
Yeah.
with all the other shit that we've had to do
And
with work
we're
and
two
everything
people,
else
like,
virtual.
It's not like we're like old millennials who like don't know how to do shit. Like we both were
Yeah.
like spur of the moment, we're gonna figure this out. I was like, I'm gonna leave. You were like, you wanna leave a mic outside? I was like, bet. Like let's
Yeah,
go.
I know. I like brought my ring light and my camera, and I have like 3 laptops here with me right now. So like we're rolling. We're good to go. But
Hell yeah.
so for this episode, I was kind of looking into just some stuff we could talk about, and I created a Reddit account for Society 97. So we are officially on Reddit. I think
Fuck yeah.
I think what is our Reddit name? Society-97 because Society 97 was taken.
Go.
So
By who?
I don't know.
Well, good thing we have our name trademarked, so we're gonna sue your ass.
Actually, unless they're selling
Yeah,
clothing,
I know.
you can't
It
really do
don't
anything about
matter.
it.
How did they get that? Who like?
I don't know.
Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, so I think we're Society-97 on Reddit, but I decided to do some deep diving on Reddit now that we have this account, and I came across this Reddit thread, and it is r-dating_advice, and it is both entertaining and depressing all at once. But I thought what would be fun for us to do today is I pulled up 4 basically threads that I found on here. Some have like a shit ton of comments on them, and then others are like they were posted like 20 minutes ago, so nobody's interacted with it. So I figured instead of us posting on there and giving them advice that they could use, we'll just clout
Versus
farm with
steal
what
it.
they posted
Yeah.
and talk about it on here, and not give them advice in real time.
That sounds like everything that we're about.
Yeah, I
Save the
agree.
content.
Some of these are I feel like they're questions that we've all wanted to ask at some point, but it's like, who do you ask these questions to? How about a bunch of strangers online? And that's kind of what these people did.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm excited. I honestly, so obviously, as you guys know, we're not together. I don't know what's about to happen.
yeah,
What's
So-
about to be said, nothing. I'm excited.
I know. So the first one is just, it's kind of offensive, I guess, to whoever the person that they're talking about is, but it says the headline of the thing says, "Is it wrong to start a friends with benefits relation with someone you don't find attractive?" And just right off the bat, that's just
Yes.
like very rude to say. But okay, so a little bit of backstory on this. So here is like the main part of this person's post.
Okay.
That's just like the headline. Here's the main part. It says, "I met this girl on Tinder who I don't really think is my type, but she asked me to be her friends with benefits. I would probably say no, but right now I'm down bad and I wouldn't mind to have sex without any strings attached. The thing is, I don't know if it is shitty to be friends with benefits if you don't think the other person is attractive, but just want to fuck."
Okay, but like, I mean, okay. So listen, right off the bat, when I first heard the title of it, no. I mean, it's a no. But now that I kind of hear what he's saying, I mean, that's like when you go out to the bar for the night and you're like, I'm just trying to fuck.
Right? And you hook up with people who like aren't necessarily your type, and they're not like the cream of the crop in terms of attractiveness, but they like get the job done.
Right.
They like scratch that itch.
But my thing is like being a friends with benefits, like you're going to be doing it multiple times, and like also there's like a relationship there, so like
yeah,
there's like some sort of like
yeah. I think here's the thing about this that's like kind of confusing to me is like he says like he's not attracted to this girl or whatever, but then also it's like there has to be like some level of attraction to be able to like as a person to perform like sexually, you know what I mean? So it's like I wonder if it's kind of like I don't find her attractive, or if it's like I find her attractive but I don't want people to know that I find her attractive.
Okay, so that's good two takes, because I feel like right, like if you don't find her attractive enough to even like, yeah, like there's two different levels, because like are you trying to like it? Can you get hard, or is like she that?
That's
ugly
what I'm
that you
saying.
Can't get hard.
That's what I'm saying. Because at some point, like anatomically, right? Like you have to find some things about them attractive, or you're not going to be able to like get off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right, so like if she's not attractive whatsoever, I feel like you just won't get hard. I mean, I could be wrong. I feel like they still could, because a guy's a guy and they're still gonna.
I know. I feel like it's like if they have boobs, it's like hard. Like as long as she has boobs, like in a butt, it's like who cares?
Don't matter. But yeah, or is it like right, like or she's like not like your average looking hot girl or like whatever, and so like he's embarrassed to bring her around like in public,
like his friends and shit. And so I feel like that might be more what it is, because I think what's complicated about friends with benefits is it's like every person that I've had like quote friends and benefits with, it's not that I'm like I would never want to date them. It's just kind of like I just don't want a relationship right now, but it's like it's not that I would be embarrassed to be in public with them or like go hang out with them on other times, you know what I mean? And I feel like
Are you saying okay, wait. So you're saying that the ugly guys that you fucked, you would see in public, you'd go in public with them?
No, because I think friends and benefits is a different title than just a hookup.
I agree. So I would feel like for his sake, like it's just a hookup if he really thinks that she's ugly. But yeah, I see what you're going with this.
Because like a friends with benefits isn't necessarily like a person that I would never date. It's just like at the moment that we're having our friends with benefits thing, I don't want a relationship.
Either like you're not there or I'm not there, but like we.
Yeah.
Yes. I agree to that, because that's what I was saying. I was like, there's still some sort of relationship with our friends with benefits. It's like after you have sex, like you're still gonna talk. You might go get some food together.
Exactly. That's why I think this is more of like a. She's not my typical type, and I'm embarrassed to like be seen with her.
Did people comment on that shit?
So here's some of the things, and this is where I hate Reddit, but I also love Reddit because it's just so honest that it's like some of the shit is so fucked up that these people say. One thing says, it's one thing if it's a relationship, but if it's just sex, then why not? You don't need to hold any affection towards her, especially if she's the one who asked for this, like relationship. Because it said in the post
that's kind of what we're saying.
Exactly. And then this person underneath said, "This is so fucked." It says, "Uglier people are easier to convince for sex." And then this person says,
I don't know if that's necessarily true.
It's 100% not true. Like, I don't know. And then this person
under
it
says,
if you're attractive, anyone is easier to talk into having sex. So it's saying, like, if you're a conventionally, like, hot person, it's probably easier to get people to, like, want to sleep with you.
Well, yeah, because you don't have to talk. You could just, you're physically attractive.
Yeah, and then I think another person says, as long as she's getting the sex and you're not promising anything more, who cares? So I think we're kind of all on the same base where it's like, as long as you're not making this into something more than it needs to be, then it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he just needs to decide, am I just gonna fuck her once, or are we gonna be friends with benefits? Because I think that the friends with benefits is like the hard part. Because like you said, like there's like a relationship, or like we said, there's a relationship outside of just like fucking there. So
Right.
it's like
This one
you don't want to be
person
seen with
says,
her.
yeah, this one person says, afterwards, you'll have the option of saying, that was great, let's do it again sometime, or that was great. I don't think I'm ready to do that ongoing, but I'm definitely glad we shared that one time.
I like how proper that response was.
Yeah, I mean, okay, this person made a good point, says, it's shitty because if she gets feelings, then that's like not fair. You know what I mean?
Okay, but also that's twofold. What happens if he gets feelings?
True. Yeah, true.
Right, because it's twofold. Because like honestly, like the people who you like aren't typically your type, or like you might not like go for at the beginning, or normally like people you kind of end up marrying and like being with, because it's like they weren't like that's not the person you try to chase, right? So
yeah,
like
definitely.
That's kind of how that shit works. So like, what happens if he ends up loving this bitch and she's
I
like,
know.
"I told you, friends with benefits." Like, I hope this bitch flips the script.
I know. I hope so too.
Here,
like
he's out here on a Reddit page trying to like talk shit on her. I hope she flips the script. I hope she's like a cold-hearted bitch and is like, nah.
Same. I mean, especially since she's the one who initiated the idea of just like friends with benefits. So it's like, whatever.
So like, because like as a girl too, if you're initiating just friends with benefits with a guy you've never met before, like you don't know him, nothing, you genuinely just want friends with benefits.
Oh, 100%.
Because you know what I mean? Like if we were friends before and I like brought it up, it's probably because I think you're hot and I like want to be with you and I want to fuck you, but I don't want to like say that. And
you don't want to like ruin the quote friendship part of it.
Exactly. Yeah. Like we've all been there. We've all been in one of those.
Yeah.
And it ends up hurting you 10 times more.
Definitely.
But this bitch met this guy on Tinder. Sorry, I didn't mean to call her a bitch. She's probably a lovely lady. I didn't mean to call her a bitch. But like,
yeah, we mean bitch in like the friend
way. I call my mom a bitch. Like I don't so, like, but like, yeah. I don't know. I feel like she really just wants a friends with benefits and he's looking way too far into it.
Same. I agree. Okay,
I love that. Keep them coming. What's the next?
I know that was a nice like messy one to start things off.
Definitely.
Here's another one that I feel like a lot of us have been in this situation, and it's fucking A, awkward, and B, like it hurts your feelings. So it says, my crush followed my hot best friend. It says, what do you think that the only guy that I finally found suitable and we both liked each other started following my hot best friend and liking her pics? They both say it doesn't mean anything, but I disagree because I had a bad experience with some guys that were talking to both me and my best friend and was saying the same things to me and her. So because of that, I became more insecure and asked the first guy I found if he found me through her. Because at that time, many guys followed me because she was tagging me in a lot of her stories. I was so relieved that he didn't know her and everything went great until today when I found out that he eventually followed her and liked her fake filtered pictures. Oh, damn. I got so mad and depressed about that because I feel like my friends will steal everything from me without intention. But I love her a lot and we really care about each other. What should I do? So basically, this girl.
Need new friends.
It's like that, and
no,
then
because like
also,
but also like my thing is, first of all, you and I have different types. But if I would come to you and be like, this guy and I are talking, blah 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 blah, instantly you're like, ew, like
right.
It's an instant like. I would never, but I'm happy for you, and vice versa.
Right.
So, like, as a friend, if they genuinely care about you, that shit would never happen. Now, like, in college, has that shit happened? Of course it does, because, like, that's just how, boys are, and girls are just like, nah, whatever. But, like, I mean, I don't know how old these people are either, but, like.
I know, normally they put their age, it's like, me, female, 21.
Yeah, I'm 19 years old, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But, like, my thing is, like, I think you need a new friend, number one. Or number two, like, you need therapy because, like, you can't throw your own insecurity onto somebody else. Like, just because he liked her picture doesn't mean that he's trying to fuck her.
Well, and that's my thing too on this, where it's like, it's not your friend's fault when guys follow them. Like, that's just guys being shitty.
Yeah.
But it is shitty if she then goes back and like follows the guy that you have made clear like you're into and attracted to, and you guys are talking and like blah blah blah. Then that's where it gets fucked up.
Because also, if she mentioned that she told him about her, or like brought her up before, saying like, "Did you find me through her?" Right?
Yeah, she basically was like, "How did you like find me?" And he's like,
yeah.
I don't know how they found each other. Actually, that's kind of fucking weird. I guess
through social
media.
But not through her.
No. Yeah.
Okay, so but that's the thing. So.
But then he went back and followed the friend after they had this
knowing
conversation.
The insecurity. Okay,
yeah.
but this is the other thing. So like, if he genuinely is interested in you and genuinely likes you, and that is your best friend, maybe he's just trying to like take interest because like that's your best friend, right? Like, I don't know. I'm trying to even break it down here. Like, maybe he was just like, well, that's your best friend, so I'm going to follow her because, like, I like you and I'm interested in you and that's your interest. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. So, unless
they haven't, like, gone on dates and, like, it's not, like, a secure thing, I think it's weird that he would follow her, though.
I know, because what I think is weird is, like, for me, I don't really follow any of the guys that my friends are, like, talking to or dating until it's, like, they've been dating for a long fucking time and I know this guy's not going anywhere. Because if not, it's like, I don't care. Like, I don't care about their life unless it involves my friend in their life.
Well, also, like, for me, my social media, and this might be harsh truth for a lot of people that are listening, because I don't follow people back often, because I don't care. If I don't want to see what's going on in your life, like, I don't care to see it.
Yeah.
So you can follow me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for the follow, but it's not a follow for follow type of deal.
No. It's not.
And that's how I mean, like, my Instagram is getting that way now, but whereas earlier in life it's like you just follow everybody.
But that also was social media and us being like young.
Yeah, but like that's definitely how like my Snapchat is. Like, people will add me on Snapchat all the time and I never add them back because I'm like, I don't care. Snapchat to me is like,
Snapchat is cutthroat.
Exactly, because to me Snapchat is literally like my closest like connection to the closest people in my life, and I on my Snapchat am like 1000% myself. So like, I do not want anybody who I would not pick up the phone and talk to like see that part of my life. You know what I mean? Because like, I don't use Snapchat the way that a lot of people do. I use it as essentially like a journal of my life.
She does. In fact, she does.
Yeah. So for me, this just sounds like it sounds like this girl is unfortunately like pretty insecure about herself. And I think a lot of that insecurity streams from the fact that she has a very conventionally attractive best friend, which is not the best friend's fault. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that it's like,
no, but it is the best friend's fault if she constantly then actually steals her men. Because it's also kind of what it sounds like.
Yeah, but then I went to the bottom and I think she corrected herself and it says, if your friend tries to steal him away, it's not your friend. And this person commented back and says, like the person who posted it says, no, she's never ever like acted on any of these guys reaching out to her. If I find someone I'm interested in, I just don't even want them to look at her in the eyes.
Okay, so sweetheart, therapy is an option, and this is a great time to go to our sponsor for today's episode, BetterHelp.com.
I know, because like, I think for me, this is giving like very reminiscent of like, I'm going to assume this girl is probably like 18 or 19. Like, she doesn't sound like she's kind of been through it in the dating world very long, and she sounds like pretty insecure. So I'm going to say it's not the friend's fault. I'm going to put this all on the guys that she's like.
Yeah. Well, listen, and also they kind of sound like they're probably in college. And
exactly. I was about to say like 18 or 19.
Yeah,
like, they sound so young.
Like, they're in college, and this is just how guys are in college. Like, it absolutely sucks, but that's just how they are. Like, until honestly, like, even honest, now they're still kind of the
I
same.
know. I was
But
about to say, when does it get better?
I know, but also I feel like it's a little bit different. I mean, as you get older, it's also not as like forward of being like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck your friend too. Like guys are like kind of, I think they get a little bit smarter because
Yeah,
like at
totally.
19, super obvious that they're like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna fuck both of you. At
Exactly,
24,
like
25, it's like a little bit more sly.
yeah,
Because they also understand that if they like try to fuck your friend, they're never gonna be with you.
right.
So like, you know what I mean? Like, so I think like they get a little wiser. I'm not saying that they get better at the fact that they don't want to do that.
Yeah, unfortunately, they don't get better. Maybe slightly less stupid, but not much
That's
better.
what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Was there any more comments?
No, like that one was actually pretty new. It was only from 45 minutes ago. So
that's the tea.
yeah, these ones that I'm finding are like brand new. So this next one is only from 30 minutes ago. There's only one comment on it, but I thought it was like such an interesting thing.
Okay.
That I wanted to bring it up, especially right now, like the age that we're in. The majority of the time when we are meeting guys is at some sort of social setting, whether that's a bar, an event, a concert, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So this one, it says, ever have any luck with having the opposite sex being a good wingman or wing woman? So instead of having like your homegirl be your wing woman, you would have like a guy friend be your wingman.
Yes.
And so it says, I wonder, does having the opposite sex as your wing person ever work out? I've gone out with my friends and cousins in mixed company, and sometimes the girls try to help out the guys and vice versa. I don't know if anybody's had any success in this, though. So I'm the thing I'm thinking about from a woman's perspective, if I'm at a bar and I'm seeing groups of people, when I see a guy or a group of guys and there's girls in that group, in my head, those girls are dating some of those guys. So to me, what that looks like is taken men. So I don't want to approach those guys.
Right.
So I think it would have to be the right type of outward presenting relationship where it couldn't look flirty to the outside person. It couldn't look like, I don't know, like I feel like even when I've gone out like with my brothers, dudes don't approach me because they think that they're.
Well, I mean,
you know?
even that's true for our one guy friend here. And when he goes out with us, like we don't get approached.
And vice versa. Like no girls come up to him. Like they just talk to us. Like they just ignore him because they think that we're with him.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I feel like it would have to be the right situation, but I could see where this would work, where it would be like almost less intimidating, I think, for a guy or a girl, but also like if it's presented the wrong way, you would just never get approached by them.
Okay, so this is
I think the person would have to be doing the work. Like the wing woman would have to be like sourcing.
This is going to be the harsh truth, but I'm going to say it, okay? In the wing man couple that's going on here, one of them has to be ugly. One of them has to be ugly. So if the guy is trying to wing woman the girl, he has to be ugly. Because if he's gonna go approach the guy that she's like thinks is in like whatever, it cannot be similar types. It cannot be similar anything.
Okay.
It has to be like okay. So if she's interested in me, I know damn well that this is like a platonic friendship or a brother or a cousin or you know what I mean. Like it has to be like that,
right.
And vice versa.
Right.
Because if the girl is ugly for the guy that she's trying to, like, get a girl for, that's the only way it's going to work. And the only reason I know it works that way is because in college, I used to do that.
Oh. Like you had a friend who was not your type be your wingman?
Mm-hmm. And, like, we, like, have a very, like, okay, I'm not saying that he wouldn't want to fuck me, but I'm just saying. Because when I say that with he's told me. But like, yeah, like he, like, but that other than that, it was a very like platonic type friendship. Like we really just like hung out and chilled. Like we used to smoke together all the time. Like we were really just like chill. And I'm not saying that he's like ugly, but he just like wasn't my type at all. So it's like, for him to then
It's almost like they can't look anything
That's what I'm
like the
saying.
guys that they would be approaching.
So when I say ugly, I didn't mean to say it that way. Well, I meant it, but like, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it can't be similar types. It can't be like anything, because that's the only way it's gonna work. Because if, like, literally, if I have a guy with me, we could just be friends. He could be my brother, or like literally for you, it could be your brother, and the guy that you're like, oh, he's kind of cute. If they have similar vibe at all, done.
Because it's almost like intimidating then.
Yes.
Like for the guy. Like not your wingman, but for like the other guy. I'd be like, wait, I don't want to like come over because like something weird is like going on here. Exactly.
But if they would actually like, if your brother would actually approach your true type, 360, 180, bitch. Like, not even on the same spectrum.
Like, I mean, that's a good thing. Some people be like fucking people that look way too similar to their siblings.
Yeah, you know how there's like a saying or whatever that like you end up marrying someone that's like your dad, or like looks like your dad, and like you end up marrying someone that's like your mom, so looks like your mom. Weird.
Yeah, I could never, because quite literally my type is nowhere close.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
There are some people though that like either that or like they start looking the same. Like the two people in the relationship, I'm like, you guys kind of look like siblings.
So but that's the whole thing on like TikTok is like siblings are dating.
Yeah, siblings are dating.
Yeah, but my like first ever like real boyfriend, like we dated for a while, whenever. When I first met him, like, I never thought that, like, we looked similar, but as we started dating, my sister would be like, does it feel weird to, like, look at your brother in the eyes? And I'm like, don't say that! Like, it's so weird.
Ew.
Like, yeah, no, I feel like that shit does happen, though.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, I've seen so many people that, like, when they started dating, they looked nothing alike, and then the longer and longer they go on dating, I'm like, noticing like you guys kind of have the same smile, your like mannerisms are the same,
but I feel like
you have the same nose.
But I don't
know.
I feel like it's kind of weird though. But I understand like the mannerisms and like things you say to be like something that happens because like even as friends, like you start picking up like their mannerisms and stuff. But yeah, like
facial features.
But why is your nose like? What happened to your jaw, bitch? Because you
wait, why do you guys have the same bone structure?
Like what?
Long lost siblings or
weird,
what? I don't know.
Weird. But yeah, that would be my example. Like that would be my only thing for that, is to be like the other person has to either be complete opposite types or like one's got to be ugly. That's it.
True. Or it's like a group setting where it's like all girls and you have like one guy friend who came out with you that night or something like that, where like the ratio's off.
Yeah.
So it's like there's clearly single people here.
Yes, exactly. I agree.
Unless we're doing some like sister wife type shit, and then that's just another story.
But like you two also can't just go out to a bar together.
1,000%. That's weird. That
can't happen.
Because then it just looks like a date and it's fucking strange. Okay, well, the last one I have here I thought would hit a little too close for home for us, so I thought it'd be a good one to end it. And this is something that I think a lot of women specifically are going to relate to who have, quote, larger personalities. You're the definition of, like, a real bitch, where it's like you just talk about whatever, whenever, no filter type behavior. So this one's going to hit real close to home for me and you. So this one says, why do men only see me as promiscuous in short-term relationships and a short-term option? It says, hey y'all, I'm a university student in her 20s. I've taken a long hiatus from dating and I want to get back into it, but I have a bit of apprehension. Essentially, men often never see me as, quote, girlfriend material. They kind of just see me as like a short-term thing. They only ever want to sleep with me and nothing else, and it's very demoralizing. And you can say that, quote, oh, it's because you're young, men get better in later years. Well, I have a counter argument. Many of these men, after breaking things off with me, are immediately in relationships with other women publicly. And TBH, many men in their 20s desire, quote, actual relationships. And you maybe think, I also date men out of my league. I feel I disagree here. Obviously, I can't post photos of myself and men I date, but honestly, I feel that often I'm the more attractive one. Not to sound arrogant, but to just put out the idea that I'm not dating, quote, supermodels while looking like a toe. I also dress well and take care of my physique. If anything, I dress a little bit more out there. I live in a very warm climate, so I wear booty shorts and crop tops, etc. I also like to dance, kind of, a bit, you know. Then the last thing she says is, I don't think that my dressing has anything to do with it. I have friends who behave and dress similarly to me, and they have boyfriends and suitors. I never do, though. I can't pinpoint it at all. Maybe I'm way more unattractive than I thought, or I'm just super unlucky. I would really appreciate any help with this at all. I don't sleep around or anything, and I'm super puzzled why men treat me like this. SOS. And then she says, okay. So then the first comment says, I'm wondering if there is something in your behavior or the way that you speak that turns them off. And this is where I'm like, okay, this is how we are.
Okay,
she
but
says,
this is what I was gonna say, because I was like, I think it's either in her action, like the way she talks to them, or she's like too like forward, because she said that she doesn't like to like sleep around. So when she has a person come, she just like blah.
Yeah, it's like everything.
And it's like too much, yeah.
Yeah, so this is what she says. She goes, if I'm being honest with myself, I'm not super ladylike, if that makes any sense. I swear a lot, and I don't mind talking about sex. I can be a bit more bombastic, and I love to make jokes and puns. I'm not super dainty and feminine, I guess. I can see men not liking being into that at all. Though at some times, I don't think I want to be with someone who doesn't like me for me. And so I feel like we can relate to that a lot, because like our quote humor is very like masculine, I feel like, and it is very like explicit. So, and
this is where that comes in for us, I think, a lot of times. And like, yeah, like we have men humor. So like when we're around guys, and especially like you have brothers, but like, I mean, when I'm around like guys, like friends and whatever, I say and do whatever I want, right? Like, I don't care. Right. I think it's funny. Like, I think talking about farts is funny, cum is funny, sex is funny, dicks are funny, like, sucking dick is funny. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm going to say it. But I think, like, but the thing is about that, guys
think it's funny, but they don't think it's attractive.
No, I think that they don't know the difference between it being a joke and them wanting to fuck you.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference there. So, like, if you have very crude sense of humor, like we do, it's hard to keep a guy around because he's just attracted to the fact that he's like, oh, you're probably, like, real bad in bed, and because you talk about this stuff. And that literally means nothing. Like, that's not correlated at all. But it's like, because
if it was,
guy, they can't compute that.
Right, because if it was correlation, like, guys would actually be good in bed. But, like, they're not.
Okay. Went right for it. But I meant more like on our ends, like,
yeah,
it's the fact that they can't separate like, ooh, sex versus a sex joke.
Yeah.
So to them it's the same, because in their mind it's the same. So because when they make a joke about that, and they mean the same thing. So like, she's being pursued by men. It sounds like that. Yeah, they think that's funny, but they also are like, damn, I just want to fuck. And once they get what they want.
Yeah. And also I feel like the reason why she's like seeing them, like they'll have sex with her, but then they go date people right after, is like, I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that like men are intimidated by women who present masculine energy. And I feel like making puns about like crude things and talking like cursing a lot is like, it's cool for guys when it comes from guys. So, like, that's people they want to be, like, bros with and, like, chill with. But they don't want to date somebody like that.
And all guys think that they want to date somebody like that because they're like, haha, that's so funny. I could be myself, until, like, you're actually, like, in front of them making dick jokes. And they're like...
Yeah, and it's funny to them, but then in their head, they're like, but do I want to date somebody who's, like my bro?
Yeah.
And I think that's where it gets confused, especially this girl says she's in her early 20s, a college student. I feel like especially then, like, you don't want to be dating somebody who's just like the people that you're like your frat bro dudes that like you're always around. You know what I mean?
And like they're not gonna take you home to mom.
Oh, I thought like,
They'll be
yeah,
like-
you can't go to Christmas talking about cum. Like nobody's gonna invite
Why
you
not?
like to Christmas.
I mean, all I'm
like
saying
doing
is
that.
why not? All I'm saying is
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
like,
I'm just saying like a lot of the comments on here are just like men don't like crass or masculine women. Men don't like women who talk explicit. Men don't like women who present masculine. This guy says, I don't mind talking about sex, but why do you want to talk about sex? Because this can influence how men you date decide to only use you for sex and nothing more. And then she says, I don't talk about my personal sex life at all. It's just like general things, like
See?
making jokes
Thank
about
you.
sucking dick.
yes, this is us. This is us. Because I never reference me having sex with you or me having sex at all. It's
Right.
always just a sex joke.
Right.
And there's a difference.
And then she commented back. She said, so I feel like everybody's saying I should be more, quote, dainty or feminine. And then this person under it says, don't change for anybody.
Well, no, because I think that, like, the right guy would come along, too. And I also think that maybe she is at a little bit more of an immature age where, like, I'm not saying that I necessarily know when to, like, turn it off and on. But you know, like,
Right.
I do at the same time. Like, so maybe she's in a setting where, like, when she's trying to impress a guy, she does that 10 times more just because she's like,
Yeah.
this is what they find funny versus,
Mhm.
like, easing into it maybe. Because I feel like it's different, like, when you come off, like, full force with it, because that's how we are, you're just gonna get fucked, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's one of, like, the trickier things about being, like, a person who is very, like, no filter, very, like, unapologetically, like, who you are is, like, not everybody's gonna fuck with you. Like, some people just don't like that, and some people like it until it's too much. And I think especially, like, the vocabulary is a big thing. Like, for me, like, I know when to turn off the cursing, but, like, I'm more comfortable when I'm speaking like a sailor. So, like, I'm gonna do it. Like, if there's an opportunity to speak the way that I enjoy speaking, like, it's just gonna happen. And some people aren't gonna find that attractive, and that's fine. But it's also, like, you can't fault people for also not liking people that say fuck every other word. Yeah. And that's what's hard for me and you, is to be like, some people don't enjoy hearing that language all the time.
Yeah, and that's just no, that's real. And it's hard because, like, this girl, like, we literally live this every single day.
Oh, I know. That's why I wanted to end with this one, because it's like, oh my God, like, this hit way too close to home. I'm like, God damn, like, if I had a fucking dollar for every time I felt like a guy,
if I had to write my own Reddit post, it'd be this.
Exactly. Like, yeah, literally, it's like, quote, why can't I get a boyfriend? Why does everybody want to fuck me and be my best friend? And then when it comes down to relationships, it's like, bye.
Yeah. But also then, okay, so then too is, now she said she dresses a little bit more provocatively, and she has that. And I'm not saying that, like, you and I don't, but, like, we do dress, like, very feminine in, like, a good classy way. Like, we're not, like, ass cheeks out, tits out. Like, yeah, like, we might wear crop tops, but, like,
right.
I mean, that's the style, right? Versus, like, booty shorts and whatever. So, like, now you're dressing provocatively and you're that way. It's kind of like a double whammy, too, I feel like.
And what's hard, too, is, like, like, just like she said earlier, it's like, yeah, I'm making jokes about this, but I'm not talking about me in this way. But, like, guys is, like, they can't separate, like, anything. In their mind, like, they can't, yeah, like, they can't understand, like, why a girl dresses that way is not for them, because in their head it's like everything that women do is for them, but they can't realize, like, oh no, she wears booty shorts because she wants to wear them, and, like, she likes them, and she curses and makes jokes about sex because she thinks it's funny and she likes it. But in their heads, especially at, like, 21 years old, they don't get that,
and they think that, like, she's making that sex joke or comment because she wants to fuck him.
Exactly.
And that's not the case, literally, at all. And, like, even for us at 24, like, that's still the problem.
Yeah,
because,
totally.
Like, I mean, that's always been me. Literally, always been me.
Yeah, and I mean, even like this podcast, people to us all the time are like, oh, you guys talk about sex so openly, like, oh, you probably have sex all the time and you probably are like so crazy good in bed. And we're like, we just talk about sex. We're not talking about our sex. We're not talking about like the sex we have with people. We're just talking
we never said
broadly.
we were good. We
No.
never said we enjoyed it. We never said that we wanted to.
And we never said that we're like fucking all the time.
No, we just said dicks are funny. And I'm gonna laugh. And I'm gonna make a joke.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry about it. And I know that's the hard part. And I think that's the difference between like men and women is like, yeah, like we find it funny. And like you and I could go back and forth all day, never think anything of it. But then like, I'm gonna be real. Like I go to the gym and I make these comments because I think they're funny. And truthfully, I say them to my friends. But then like others are around and they hear it. And then they're like, oh, and I'm like, nah, bro, like that wasn't towards you at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like literally totally. Not at all. And like, I'm sorry, a gym is a very sexual place. Like the movements that you do. Like there was a time like too, we were doing like, you know what RDLs are?
Yeah.
Okay, so we like, I'm gonna say her name. Ann and I were doing RDLs and we were looking at each other and we were like, we feel like we're getting fucked in the ass right now. And like some people heard it and they were like, whoa, like what do you mean? Like you as girls are just gonna openly say that? And it's like, yeah, because it's funny.
Right.
It's funny. Like, I'm sorry. The joke was there. Had to be said.
Totally.
But, like, they can't separate that then.
Oh, no. Never. It's, like, impossible. And so then you become this, like, sexual, like, being in their head instead of just, like, a girl making a joke about sex.
Exactly.
And so thought I'd wrap it on that one. But Reddit is just... I mean, I have barely scratched the surface in terms of all these subreddits that I've joined. I've joined about 30 subreddits via the Society 97's Reddit
page. Start posting on there. No, this was fun.
I know, it was fun, and like we can definitely like make videos in the future on different pages. But this one is r-dating_advice if you want to check it out. There's actually some really good advice on here. I just picked ones that were not great because I thought they'd be funnier to talk about. But yeah, if you are in need of some dating advice, check this out. Don't take it verbatim though, because there's some people on here who just are giving trash advice. I mean, I'm
not saying the advice that we just gave was also top tier either, because you might disagree.
I don't think we really gave advice. I think we just
situation.
Yeah. But there's and this one is pretty wide range in terms of ages. There's like 19 to like 55-year-old people on this thing.
Well, that's the thing about Reddit. That's the thing about Reddit.
Yeah.
It's everywhere, all over, anything, like anybody. That's like the beauty of Reddit. But this was fun, and I'm sorry that it was a little bit different. We weren't in studio together, but this was good. I loved it.
I know. I think for our first virtual episode, it wasn't bad, and I'm sure we're gonna have to do more in the future. Yeah. So hopefully, you guys didn't mind the setup. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm at my parents' house. Kellen's at her place in the studio. But yeah, it should be maybe in future episodes. We'll be in different sides of the world. Who knows?
You never know. This might have to happen again. But anyway, that's it for another episode of Society 97. I'm Kellen. You can find me at KellenRedKate on Instagram.
And I'm Emily. You can find me on Instagram at Starnsy. Don't forget to follow the podcast on Instagram as well. We are at Society97.pod on Instagram. You can also follow us on TikTok. We're at Society97pod on TikTok. And now we're on Reddit. So
and now we're on Reddit.
If you see us posted on Reddit, throw up some comments and we'll see where we can go on that.
Oh yeah, and also we're on YouTube, so every single Tuesday we be posting vlogs and fun videos of us. This past week we did a little makeup tutorial. It's fun. Yeah. A makeup tutorial coming from two people who are not like makeup artists. No, and it was the most basic makeup tutorial. Yeah. But let me tell you, good time. And every single Friday we be posting. Who am I? We be posting shit. We post the video version of the podcast every single Friday on YouTube, so make sure to check us out there. Subscribe, turn on post notifications, like, comment, do all the things, and that is it. See you next Thursday.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.